What's up, everyone? This is Gail Dudley with your news in motion. Today is Tuesday, August 11th, 2020. Yes, it is. And I have a lot of news to give. I'm going to literally try to do this within 10 minutes. So let's see what happens. There is so much news. If you are joining in, good morning. Today, once again, our sponsor is Cassandra Tolver with her children's books, For My Princesses and For My Kings. You can pre-order For My Kings right now by going to www.cltolver.com. So check that out, and I'll put the link in the comment sections. Good morning, Brenda Randleman. Good morning. As everyone's coming in, good morning. So let's get started. Again, today is Tuesday, August 11th, and we have a lot of news. So let's see how quick I can get through this. First off, Wisconsin. Everybody from Wisconsin, today is your primary voting day. Polls open at 7 a.m. They close at 8 p.m. If you're dropping off an absentee ballot, they will accept those up to 8 p.m. at the drop boxes. Now, hear me. If you know you're dropping off a ballot and you're headed to work, drop that off now. If you know that you're going to get tied up after work, drop off those ballots now. Wisconsin, your polls open at 7. They close at 8. Please be patient. As you know, there is a shortage in poll workers, and we just need you to be patient, but we want you to cast your ballot. You have a lot on your ballot for today, for your primary. So please, Wisconsin, get up. I believe you are an hour behind Ohio. I live in Ohio. I believe you're on Central Time. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you have 7 a.m. Your polls open. 8 p.m. they close. Now, with Wisconsin, wow, check this out, y'all. Wisconsin, let's say you forgot to register to vote. Well, they have same-day voter registration in Wisconsin. I'm giving it up for Wisconsin. So if you know you want to vote, you can register the same day. You do need a photo ID and proof of residence. So you do need your voter ID and your proof of residence. And then the other thing, Wisconsin Election Commission recommends all voters wear masks today while in person voting, and all of the volunteers and staff will have on masks as well. All right, y'all, as seen in the Washington Post, we've been talking about this for about 3 weeks now. The United States Postal Service overhauls its leadership. Yeah, y'all, the tricks are real. They're trying by any means necessary to mess up this election. But y'all, we have to stay a few steps ahead of them. So yes, the leadership was overhauled at the United States Postal Services this weekend as the Democrats pressed for an investigation on the mail delay. 23 postal executives were either reassigned or displaced. Reassigned or displaced, which means they got out of the way. They moved them out of the way. Y'all, this is happening in plain sight, and we have to be mindful, which I'm going to say this right now. As they are weaponizing the United States Postal Services, y'all, we need to do our due diligence. If you are requesting an absentee application for the November 3rd election, request that now. Don't wait. Request that now. Track it. You can track it. I gave you tracking information. I believe it was last week on, I believe it was Friday's segment. You can track it. So listen, y'all, listen. They are weaponizing the United States Postal Service. Do not delay. If you want an application for an absentee ballot, do not delay. Get that right now. It is so important. Then once you get it, fill it out. Send it back in so there are no delays on your end. Don't wait, y'all. Don't wait. This is on purpose. So again, 23 postal executives were reassigned or displaced. That was this weekend. All right, y'all. As seen in Politico.com, the White House aides are exploring executive actions to curb voting by mail. So as we're talking about mail-in ballots, y'all, They're really attacking. This is an attack on mail-in ballots. Let's just keep it real. The Occupants Campaign and the Republican National Committee, and I'm quoting this, have taken to the courts dozens of times as part of, get this y'all, $20 million effort to challenge voting rules, including filing their own lawsuits in several battleground states, including Minnesota, Pennsylvania, and Nevada. And y'all know that they are putting in a lawsuit for Nevada because last week Nevada's governor and his cabinet and the council, all of them voted in favor of a complete mail-in ballot. So now the occupant of the Oval is going after Nevada and suing them. So they're putting up $20 million effort, y'all, to mess up mail-in ballot. You have to ask yourself the question, why? Why? If this is an election, and here it is, half of them. It has been noted that half of the people that are filing these lawsuits vote by mail every time there's an election. So if it works for you, why can't it work for everyone else? If I can mail in my taxes, hello, somebody, if I can mail in my taxes, I can't mail in a voting ballot? Y'all, we have to start asking these tough questions. We have to. So, y'all, we have to register to vote. iwillvote.com, vote.org, vote.gov, rockthevote.org. And if you're on here, you can throw those in there. Please do so. Make sure so that it connects. Do the www.iwillvote.com, www.vote.org, the same thing, then vote.gov, the same thing, then rockthevote.org. Also, y'all, poll workers are needed. They are needed. You can register to be a poll worker at eac.gov, and that stands for the Election Assistance Commission.gov. All right, y'all, Kanye West. Kanye West names his running mate. His running mate is Michelle Tidball. I don't know what to think about this, y'all. I really don't know what to think about this. Before she scrubbed her website, people were grabbing it, and it was talking about she was into mental health awareness and mental health counseling, and that she was a counselor for so long, and then she changed to becoming a life coach. Thank you, Juan. And she changed to becoming a life coach. But her answer to mental illness, mental health issues, and this is, you can find it, y'all. Y'all know I'm just a source. I'm always asking y'all to Google this information. She believes that you can be delivered, if you will, and I'm a believer, I do believe God can deliver whoever he wants to deliver. But she believes if you would just do your morning chores, that you will not have mental illness. That's Kanye West's running mate. So, y'all, this is not a popularity contest. This is not a popularity contest. We have to be mindful of the people that we are voting into office. I don't know where we lost our way with voting. I don't know if we're not doing voters education with young people. I don't know if people are just fed up. People are raising their voices. They are protesting, but we also have to carry that out when it comes to voting. Y'all, there's more on the line than just putting a face or a name in the White House. There is more on the line to that. Do they know how to negotiate? Do they know how to speak different languages? Do they understand foreign policy? Do they have people around them that understand foreign policy? Do they know what it is about the payroll tax? Because as you can see, that payroll tax now thing is a mess, that he signed it as an executive order, and I'll get to that in a moment. Y'all, Puerto Rico halts primary voting. They did that because they did not receive the ballots. Say what? What is happening, y'all? And this is coming from the Election Commission at the White House, the cabinet. Why did you not send enough ballots to the Puerto Rican primary? Help me understand that, y'all. This is where I'm asking all of us. We need to look beyond just our immediate circle and think about what's happening around us and how the election connects to everyone, y'all. We have to connect those dots, which I've talked about on News in Motion before, and I'll get to that again at a later time. But we have to be mindful and look at the entire political landscape. All right, y'all, with that being said, more than 100 black men, including P. Diddy, Van Jones, and others, they did an open letter backing a call by 700 black women for Biden to name a black woman VP. Let me say this. Y'all would love to see a black woman VP. I would love to see that. That's right, Brenda. Thanks for posting that. I would love to see Joe Biden name a black woman as his running mate. With that being said, there was a committee of 100 people that were vetting different people. What we need to understand is we don't know what's happening behind the scenes. We don't know what turned up in any of the vetting about any person that they vetted. We have no clue. And I would say trust the process, but I know right now we have a lack of trust with people. I understand that. But we don't know what turned up in that vetting process. So we are forcing somebody, and I believe that's why he has not named his vice president yet, because of all of this that's happening. So here's my question to these people who have penned this open letter. So let's say he doesn't. I do hope, first of all, let me be very clear. I hope he does pick a black woman as his running mate. But let's say he does not do that. Who are you going to vote for? The occupant? You know, that doesn't make sense, y'all. We have to get beyond what we see and dig into what is the truth and what's there. I talked about truth on yesterday. Now, I'm sure all of them are qualified, but there is a vetting process. Yes, y'all, behind the scenes is critical. We don't know. We have Susan Rice this weekend dumping Netflix stock. People were saying, well, it must be her. We don't know that. We don't know if it's her or not. We don't know why she's dumping stock. But y'all, we have to be patient. And it comes down to, who do you want to see on the ballot? Who do you want to see in the White House? Who does that look like? I'm not going to spend too much time on Kanye West, but why? He's not even on states' ballots. He's not even on state. He has no path to 270 per the Electoral College. He does not have a path to get there. So technically, if you are voting for Kanye West, he doesn't have a path to get to the White House. That means you are voting for one of the other people. So why not just vote for one of the other people? Y'all, we have to use wisdom. And I'll get to that in my inspirational message. We have to use wisdom. What's on the line? Just like, everybody was cheering for these executive orders. Not everybody, because some people know the truth behind those executive orders. And they're now going to be held up in court per the news yesterday. But Forbes came out with the fact that people thought that the $1,200 stimulus check was in those executive orders. It wasn't. It wasn't. It was not included in there. Nowhere in there. Not included. Didn't happen. And now people are getting a letdown thinking, what? No, that was a photo op, people. That was a photo op. We have to exercise wisdom. Kanye West, he has a platform. I'll share that tomorrow, but the platform isn't much of anything that's going on. Good morning, Kim Carter. Y'all, we have to be mindful of this, y'all. We have to. We also have a responsibility to educating our young people on the truth. On the truth, y'all, on the truth. I told y'all yesterday about the $400. No, it's $300. And it's up to the governors to decide if they're going to throw in the other $100. Now, here's the truth. It's not that your governor isn't throwing in the other $100. It's the question is, can they afford it? And many of them cannot afford it. So here we are again, y'all. There's so much going on. Last week, I talked about in my inspirational message, asking God to remove the scales from our eyes so that we can clearly see, people. Y'all, I come to give you the truth. And I also ask you always, always, always to go and Google and check out the sources for yourself so that you can gain an understanding. Don't just take my word for it. Yes, I researched this. I bring you the truth. And I'm constantly digging for the truth. I'm constantly looking for the truth. So here we have, again, y'all, 100 black men, P. Diddy and Van Jones and others backing a call by 700 black women for Biden to name a black woman VP. Man, I can't imagine that pressure. And I said this last week. I'll say it again. He needs to come out with his entire slate so that you can see just how diverse his cabinet is. He needs to come out and just say, here it all is. I have this plan for Supreme Court. I have this plan for Attorney General. I have this plan for Secretary of Defense. I have this plan for Secretary of Education. I have this plan for here's my plan. Here's my plan. That's where Joe Biden is going to fare well. Just give us the plan. Give us the plan. But again, we don't know from anybody who has been vetted, because we do not have that information. We do not know what they found out from that vetting. But we're going to pressure him to do something. And again, don't misquote me. I desire to see a black female running mate as vice president. I really do. I really do. So there's that. All right, y'all. Amazon headed to the mall. You know, Amazon is looking to take over Sears, JCPenney stores as their fulfillment center. Y'all, Amazon's getting ready to take over the world. Amazon is coming in. So if you can't get it from Amazon, you're not going to get it. So that is happening. There are talks with the nation's largest malls to take over these places for fulfillment center. They say, y'all, malls are dying since the pandemic, the coronavirus. Malls are dying. With that, the coronavirus, the numbers for the USA, and y'all know I go to the source. I go to the World Health Organization. I don't go to the CDC because they're lagging in their numbers. So, y'all, there's 5 million. Yeah, U.S. numbers, 5,251,446 cases in the United States of America. There are 166,192 deaths, but let's celebrate for the recovered. Recovered are 2,715,934. Now, hitting my news cycle this morning from the Washington Post said that Russia unveils a COVID-19 vaccine. Will you take it? No, I will not take a vaccine from Russia. I saw that and said, do what? What are you talking about? So that's what's happening, y'all. Russia said they got the COVID-19 vaccine. I guess I'll just have to get COVID because I'm not taking their vaccine. Also, y'all, praise report, Georgia schools report, well, this isn't a praise. Let me give you the headline first. Excuse me. Georgia schools report 9 COVID cases after photos of packed hallways go viral. 6 students and 3 staff members at Georgia High School have tested positive for the coronavirus. But here's the praise report. The 2 students who were suspended for taking those pictures of the packed hallway out of concern and sending those on their social media, they have been suspended. The praise report is that they decided that doesn't make sense. We're not going to suspend them for that. You think? I don't get people, y'all. We need to keep doing what we're doing and allow God to move for the way he's moving. All right, y'all, for the win. Ben and Jerry's for the win. Let me read this real quick. On June the 2nd, while many other brands in the United States were posting a black square to their social media accounts and making carefully worded statements about racism in the wake of George Floyd's death, Ben & Jerry's had a much more direct message. The ice cream company tweeted an image in bold letters that read, "We must dismantle white supremacy." Y'all, Ben & Jerry's for the win. It goes on to say, among the flood of bland and empty corporate platitudes, the post stood out. It was no viral fluke, but the product of decades of brand development around social activism. This is a quote, "We use all the tools we have to sell ice cream and put them in service of grassroots activists," said Chris Miller, the corporate activism manager for Ben & Jerry's, which is a very rare position in corporate America. So for my win, y'all, Ben & Jerry's, for my win, the inspirational message. Y'all know I'm a believer. I know this is seen in all 50 states and in several countries. Y'all know I'm a believer. I'm a believer of Jesus Christ. So here's my inspirational message. The Bible says, if you lack wisdom, ask and he will supply. Y'all, many of us are lacking wisdom when it comes to this election. Y'all, hear me. October the 5th. October the 5th is the last day to register to vote, to be able to vote in the November 3rd election. With my saying that, while we are in this pandemic, states are changing their dates. They're changing their dates. So go to your Secretary of State website and find out when that last date is. I know for Ohio, it is definitely October the 5th. October the 5th is the last day. Now, here's wisdom. We already know the mail is slowing. We already know that. So why would you wait until October to register to vote? Do it today. You can go to iwillvote.com. You can go to vote.org. I'm trying to remember. iwillvote.com, vote.org, vote.gov, rockthevote.org, whenweallvote.org. You can also go to readypublication.com and click the Ready to Vote campaign icon. Don't wait. Wisdom says if you know you're going to complete an absentee ballot, and we know that mail has purposely slowed. They got rid of 23 people. They either reassigned them or displaced them this past weekend. If you know that is the truth, why would you wait to apply for your absentee application? Do it today, y'all. Do it today. That's wisdom. Wisdom says that we need to start educating our young people on the truth of Kanye West. He has been bold to say he's purposely trying to take votes away from Joe Biden. Wisdom says, although there's 100 black men and 700 black women who have penned this open letter demanding that Joe Biden picks a black female VP, which I would love to see a black female running mate as VP. But even with that being said, wisdom says, I don't know the backstory. I don't know what's going to come out of these commercials and things that are going on. Y'all, wisdom. It's time for us to exercise wisdom. Wisdom to know the truth. Wisdom to know what we're supposed to be doing. Wisdom to know what we're supposed to do on our jobs. Wisdom to know that, hey, if polling places, if they're missing out on polling locations and poll workers, that means who's going to get hit first? Y'all, the marginalized communities, those communities that are impoverished, those communities that are in low income areas, those are the communities that are going to lose out. So that means I need to register to be a poll worker so that I can go. And I have no problem going into the hood to do it because I want to empower these black and brown people to vote. Y'all, that's wisdom. Wisdom says that right now the 2020 census is coming to a close at the end of this month. Y'all, the end of this month, they are intentionally undercutting the count. And wisdom tells me, well, if the count is undercut and we're only at right now, I saw a graph of only 63% are in. 63%. This is the lowest reporting in all times. And a lot of it has to do because of the pandemic. But if you cut things, that means federal funding is going to be cut. Yes, y'all, that's wisdom. Federal funding is going to be cut. That means that the congressional districts are going to change. Yes, y'all, that means that the congressional districts are going to change. That means there's going to be gerrymandering. That means we may even lose some seats. Now you're talking. We can lose some seats, y'all. I will never tell you how to vote or who to vote for because it can happen on any side of the aisle. But I'm asking us to exercise wisdom. I have gone longer than I had planned to go. Y'all know my goal was 10 minutes. It's now been 20. So I'm about to sign off. But until tomorrow, I am Gail Dudley. If this video is helping you in any way, shape, or form, share it, like it, make a comment. Let other people know. Yes, we'll eventually are moving to our News in Motion page. I have millennials, y'all. I surround myself with millennials. I have millennials working on the page. They've been working on it since late June. And I keep wanting to move. And they're like, not yet, not yet, not yet. These millennials know what they're talking about. So if you like this video, say so. Make a comment. Share this with somebody else. Please do that. This segment was brought to you by Cassandra Tauver, and you can go. She does children's books. Her first book, For My Princesses, has been out. Her next book, For My Kings, is already on pre-order, and you can get that by going. Let me give you the right website, people. You can get her book by going to CLTauver, TARVER.com, CLTARVER.com. You can check that out. This young lady is thebomb.com. When you go to her website, you will see that she will have a drawing once she hits 1 million books sold of giving somebody $100,000. Yeah. It's on her website. It's legit. She's all that in a bag of chips. All right, y'all. I'm Gail Dudley. Until tomorrow, peace out. Share News in Motion.